Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Max and welcome to my airsofting channel. Today what I'm going to be talking about is the essentials of a speed loader and why it's going to benefit you when you are in an airsoft game. So mainly I'm just going to review it, give you my thoughts, and we'll kind of go from there, guys. Hope you enjoy. So, as you guys can see, I have a few different types of speed loaders here, and each one of these is unique based off of the gun that they came with and so on. So, the first ones I want to show you is the Jamrod speed loader. So again, it's very primitive. You basically get a tube, you fill it with BBs basically to whatever its capacity is, and then you use this Jamrod and then you just push the BBs through into your cartridge. So for example, here's my Spaz 12 shotgun cartridge. It is a spring tri-shot shotgun, and you basically put the edge of the tip of the mouth on the shell itself, and then you use the Jamrod to push the BBs through. So typically a lot of airsoft guns do come with these. It's funny, the shotgun here that I have, my Spaz 12, did not come with it. A lot of these that I got were from pistols and a couple rifles. For example, I think this one actually came off of my Desert Eagle, the KWC Desert Eagle. This Jamrod came from KWA. I have about 3 or 4 of these because I think each KWA pistol does come with these. Again, it's basically a little tube with a Jamrod. And the interesting thing with this is it does give you kind of like a housing to put this piece right on the tip of your magazine, and then you'll have this tube already connected. So when you have it on the mag, you load your BBs and Jamrod it through. Again, it's a speed loader. It effectively speeds up the process of the BBs going into your gun. Again, here's another kind of like a longer version of it. I don't quite recall which gun this came off of, but again, they come in different styles and shapes. This one's my oldest speed loader. I've had it for over 10 plus years. It was off of it was actually off of a gun I think I bought at Walmart or something. It's a very old speed loader, but you know, I still have it just because if it's not broken, why not, you know? And then those 4 that I showcased are the more primitive versions of speed loaders. Again, it's pretty much like a one and done. You fill it, you load it, and it's empty again, and you have to go through the process to fill it up and, you know, go from there. I'd recommend a bottle like this. By the way, these are not glow in the darks. These are just 0.2 BBs, but I just use this jar because of this feeder. I would recommend, which if you don't already have it, to get a bottle that has a feeder like this, because it makes pouring BBs into these things a whole lot easier. And then, you know, as opposed to one by one. And I don't know, for this one I love it because it feeds in a ton of BBs at once. So if you don't have it and you're rocking the Jamrod speed loader, something you're missing out on because it makes your life a lot easier. But anyway, the next bit of speed loaders is the push button speed loader. So basically these ones are going to already have a compartment where you can house about 100 or so BBs. As you guys can see, I think it says 90 at the very top is what the maximum is, but there are larger ones. There's even speed loaders that are basically the size of like I think like an M4 magazine or something like that I've seen. Or it's similar to this, except it has kind of like a hump on the edge, like just a larger reservoir basically is what it is. But the cool thing with this is, again, you get to load it up about 100 BBs or so, and bam, you basically have like a mini feeder and speed loader all in one. So basically this and this in one, because you have your capacity and then you have your jamming ability into the magazine. So again, it's a very unique design. There's a button on the side that helps release this button at the top here. So then you can then pump the BBs into the magazine. So again, very unique. It does have its own lip to go into the magazine. So again, if I use a shotgun shell, it would literally plug right in, and then you can begin to speed load it. So again, very important to have, especially for you shotgun guys that are rocking the spring shotguns with these shells, or honestly anything that has like kind of like a spout like that where you can put in a speed loader and then jam BBs in it. It's definitely essential. And again, this is kind of, you know, each has their own pros and cons. The cool thing with this is if you have both speed loaders, which I don't know why you would, but some people do, I do, you could even do it like this. You can have your BBs in here, fill it up, boom, 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 and then, yeah. It's if you don't want to carry this thing around, basically. This is kind of where this would come into play if you still want to use your stick and tube jam rod speed loader. But anyway, there is a perk to the manual jamming rods, these ones right here, because you get to put in a lot more force behind the BBs when you're loading them. So, for example, these shells, they hold about 30 BBs or so. And sometimes when you get to that 20 mark, it gets very difficult to continue to push those BBs in. So this thing can push them through without a problem, without you busting your finger or using this one too much, because this one does have its disadvantages if you are overfilling the canister for your BBs, because once you get to that, you know, mid-20s, high 20 mark on these shells, this becomes very difficult to press down, and at some point it kind of opens up right here, and then this button kind of sinks in. You know, if you push it in too hard, it basically jams itself. So that is kind of a disadvantage with these type of speed loaders, because they're not as strong when it comes to pushing the BBs in. That's kind of where these win, because again, you're using the strength of your arm to push the BBs through into the cartridge. But again, you have to be smart when you do this kind of thing with these, because you don't want to break your cartridge at the same time by overfeeding it. So again, I'll kind of show you guys really quickly, because right now I have two of these in my hand here, so I'll kind of use this as an example. So again, if you're skilled and you use these a lot, you know, it'll probably be an easy process, and then bam, you know, you're good to go. The only thing is just the time it takes for you to fill. That can be kind of an inconvenience. But let's try to go ahead and fill up this one with some BBs here. Alright, so as you guys can see, I have some BBs filled in there, and then they're basically lined up to funnel down the chute here. So again, we're going to fill this one. Now see, it already has a lot of resistance, so typically about 4 to 5 pumps is what you can get in here without it being too much on the actual trigger here at the top. So typically it inserts about 4 to 5 per click. So again, there is efficiency kind of on both ends here, but it's really a preference at the same time with, do you want to carry this around or do you want to carry this around? It's really up to the actual player. The only thing that I hate with this is, now I want to reset this hammer. I want to push it down and lock it so it doesn't, you know, stick out and break. The thing that sucks is when you have BBs in here, you're going to have to press it, and to close it, you're going to end up ejecting 5 or 4 BBs. Again, it's a little wasteful, but you know, when you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes it doesn't really matter. But again, that's kind of an annoyance, because you just kind of waste it for nothing just to close it. You know, for me, I just put my hand, press it down, and then throw them back in the chamber, and just make sure that my button's closed, so then it doesn't snag on anything, because these things are a little bit brittle. So it's definitely something you want to be careful with, and you want to make sure you close it. But anyway, that's kind of my quick little just video with speed loaders and the efficiency of it. I recommend speed loaders all the way, because again, when you do it by finger, it's the longest time. You're gonna bust your fingers up, because the gate in those magazines, when you push the BBs through, I mean, it can be pretty tough on your fingers, and it'll actually weaken the gate over time, which is going to cause the BBs to not hold when the spring is tensioned in the magazine. So that's kind of one thing to consider. But again, that's everything that I had for you guys today. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you do have any questions or any comments to make, definitely share it in the video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and thanks again for watching. Definitely check out the rest of my channel. I do post a lot of airsoft related content, and I'm sure it's stuff that you're going to enjoy. For those of you that are already existing subscribers, again, thank you for watching, and you guys have an awesome day.